Finally, one long format video. So in this video, I'm going to edit pictures in Lightroom and show you guys how I do it, so that this gives you a nice starting point for you to start learning Lightroom as well as see how I do it, so that you can always follow this, or also you can contradict and follow other people to develop your own style. Disclaimer: this is not a Lightroom learning masterclass, because whatever I learned through my journey, everything was self-taught. I learned everything on my own, by making mistakes, by pushing the saturation slider all the way to 100, and doing all the crazy stuff, and also working with people. So in this video, we are particularly focusing on the confetti image I recently made for Neelix at Forbidden Jungle in London. So I'll show you how I choose the image. So this is going to be my Lightroom panel, and my image is going to go all the way to the end or somewhere up there or in this corner. I'm not sure. I'm going to put it there. So yeah, first thing I'm going to talk about is how I choose this image, and also whether this image is just luck or you have to be extremely patient for you to capture this. And then second, how I edited the image. So this is going to be the first image, right before the beat drops, and the cue that I got from the house is, uh, the first confetti is going to begin when the first beat drops, and then there's going to be multiple confettis for every 30 minutes. So I had some time, but there was not a lot of confettis. There was just two confettis, or three confettis for his whole set. So you need to be at the right place at the right time, because you have to shoot from this angle, the one that I'm showing now, for you to get the artist as well as the confetti, and then you have to shoot from the other side for you to get the crowd with the confetti. I'll show you that image as well. So this is how the madness started. Neelix is waiting here, and then you can see the confetti hits, and then this series of multiple images that I made. But as you can see, the problem is, I noticed when I was shooting this that I couldn't get Neelix on focus or in focus, because there's a lot of things happening. There's confetti, so I can't really place the focus point on him. Maybe if you're an expert photographer, you can do it. I couldn't do it, considering the scene and everything. Also, it was very frustrating because I was shooting this and there was this lady who was standing right next to me and was smelling like beer, and then she poured beer on my camera when I was shooting and waiting for this confetti, and I had to shoot this while pushing her on the other side, so it was chaos. So this has all happened, and then now you see in this particular picture I've completely lost focus because there's so much confetti. I mean, it's a sick shot, I would say, but then you can't really see the artist. So then you move ahead, you move ahead, you move ahead, and by the point this happened, what I decided was I turned to manual focus, and I have already kept the focus on the subject being the DJ here, so that you don't have to worry much about the confetti and you can just frame it the way you want it. And even if you miss the focus slightly, because I was shooting at f2, considering there was not enough light in the studio, manually focused the shot and was waiting for the right moment. And then this, I think the shot after this one, which won't be here because I've already put it in Lightroom, the shot after this one, which what I selected as a final image, or I'm not sure, wait, I think this is the final image. I mean, this is the final image that I picked for the final edit. I mean, this is a sick shot, to be honest. I could have used this as well, but again, you can't see the artist, but then the confetti is right in front of the camera. And then when confetti hits, you shoot like multiple images and you hope you get the right one on time. And the problem with confetti images is everything has to be right. You can't really create the scene twice. So the background, as you can see, the background display, it has to have really good colors. There should be really good light on the model face that they have kept it. The DJ has to do a right thing. If the DJ tucks down, if the DJ is looking at his deck, the picture won't be good, and there should be no interference from the crowd. I mean, nobody should be lifting a fan or a placard that hides the DJ. So I mean, it is a part of luck and skill, and you have to be extremely patient. And if you miss a shot, you can always try it again. But unfortunately, in this set, there was just three confettis, and if you miss the first one and the second one, you have to shoot it from the audience perspective, and there's just one more. So it's very run and gun situation, I would say. But then all this happened, all this happened, all this happened, all this happened, and you can slowly see the thickness of the confetti is losing because most of them are flown down to the floor, and then the set begins. So this is what I was telling. You can see people have fans and beer mugs here on their hands, and whenever the confetti hits, if someone does this, they will totally hide the subject, being the artist here. So I mean, you have to be extremely careful, and someone does it, you have to quickly decide that and move to one side or the other, and then make sure you compose it properly. And this is how I shot the image pretty much. And then after that, this is all the images that I made in concert. Sorry, the DJ set. So and this is the image that I'm going to edit today. So you can see this is, for me, this is a winner image. Why? You can clearly see the artist, uh, he is in focus. Most of the, I mean, most of his face is in focus, and there's people at the back, and uh, you can always add sharpness in the edit, because I mean, you were shooting at manual focus here, so it's a situation you can't really say, oh my god, I got it in focus, or oh my god, I missed it. It's honestly a run and gun situation. So this is the best I could make it, and the confetti is amazing. The confetti is so good. The colors are so good, and this is the logo of the artist Neelix's logo. So everything, the frame is perfect. Everything is perfect. I thought I should crop it out a little on either side, but then it just makes it tight, and I really like very big wide scenes. So I just left it this way. So now, what we are going to do is, the first and foremost thing is this panel where you make all the basic corrections and everything. For me, the exposure looks good. I don't see a problem here. Everything looks pretty good. Maybe I would add a little bit of contrast. Just for your information, this is not the final picture that you would be seeing on my Instagram, because this is something that I'm re-editing from scratch for you guys to see, so that I'm doing it slowly, trying to explain things. So the out here that you're going to see might be totally different. And honestly, this is something that I've felt. Even if you edit the same image twice in a span of time, you can't really achieve the same edit, because what you, I mean, it's your thought process and whatever picture that you saw during those time. I think it kind of influence your pictures. So I'm not really, I mean, I can't really guarantee this is going to be that picture, but this is going to be a pretty good edit. But again, not the same edit. So, as I said, we are adjusting. I think the first thing I would do is to adjust contrast. As I said, maybe add a little bit of contrast, and then, and one more important thing for me is there's a lot of confetti. So I thought, also, as I mentioned, the, I mean, the details are pretty sharp. So I can, what I can do is I can add a little bit of texture. The adding texture, you see what it does. It adds texture to the confetti as well, and that is something that I wanted. And then you can add a little bit of clarity. I mean, this is not going to be the final product, so you don't have to worry. You can always push everything, see how it looks, and then you can always push it back. Let's see if we need some dehaze. I mean, mainly when I use dehaze in pictures of DJ sets is when they use smoke. Whenever they use smoke in the scene, there seems to be very hazy. So that's when I use dehaze to sort of get the details back. This was a pretty decent set. There was no smoke, so I don't think I should need to add dehaze. This is a raw image, as you can see. This is a DSC3076 NEF. NEF means raw format in of Nikon. So the colors are going to be very, not very colorful. So what I would do is I would add a little bit of vibrance. Let's say I would have 30 vibrance, probably 20 saturation, or 15. 20 looks too much. Okay. always how I prefer to do things when it comes to color is I always have the vibrance more and saturation not that much. I like it that way. Saturation kind of pushes colors to everything, and vibrance is more of a selective color. I'll probably make a reel to explain how vibrance and saturation works. But in this is enough for me. Let's see. Highlights. If I push the highlights, you can see the confetti is getting illuminated. Ooh, and I like this. See, the problem here is when I push highlights, when I'm pushing the highlights here, you can see the DJ is getting overexposed, which is something that I don't want. So what I can do is I can always mask the DJ and then do a different way to add details to the other side. Let me just see if I can close this. Wait, I can close this. Okay. Okay, this is going to give you a pretty decent view. I'm so sorry, guys. Done this before. I don't know. I'm being a dumb fuck. Sorry. So one more important thing that I have to mention. I'll do it at the end, but then we'll continue with the edit. So that's it. Then, do you want to add shadows? Do you want to remove? See, if you add shadows, you can see you're getting more details from the shadows here, and it makes it look more colorful. Oh, and I like this. I didn't add shadows with the other image, but I think I'll add some shadows here. White. See, white. Again, it does the same thing. It pushes the whites in all of the areas that are already white. So a little bit that. I mean, I would do it. So I'll explain how I will control the overexposure on the DJ here. Blacks. I think I'll push down the blacks because the shadows are looking too. Too much for me. I would probably reduce it with blacks. I still have the depths of shadows, but then I'm not losing much. So the important thing is I'm going to mask it. So I'm going to let Lightroom decide it. Let's see if it finds the subject. See, it's finding the logo. Not a very good selection. I mean, it gets it done pretty much good most of the time, but this is a very tough situation for it, so I wouldn't blame Lightroom. Lightroom is a genius tool. Sorry, can't blame Lightroom. So what I'm going to do is you can add a radial gradient, something like this. So this focus is just on the DJ. So now I'm going to bring down the exposure and probably add some more. Where is it? Add some more texture and clarity to him. Why? Because I feel the focus is not great on the subject. So now the subject looks too dark. I mean, the DJ looks too dark. I don't want that. Probably bring back the exposure a little. 44, 48. Okay. Decent. And one more crucial thing about my edit is I play with color. I really, really, really love playing with color. So this is where the magic happens, the color mixer. So you can selectively choose to change the color of any color. I don't know if that makes sense. So I see a lot of blue here. So let's start with blue. So blue, aqua, these are my primary colors in this scene. So let's see. Ooh, this is how my final edit looked in Instagram. I mean, you can do this, you can do that, whatever that works for you. I personally have a soft corner for this teal blue color. So I'm going to leave it here, somewhere here. Aqua. I mean, aqua doesn't affect the picture much, but I would still do it a little. And then usually red and orange resonates to the skin tones for majority of people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check if his skin tone looks good or should I. So now you can see his skin tone becomes slightly yellowy, which I don't want. So I'm trying to bring it back to the red orange side. I mean, this is okay. See, you can see this is going to affect all the red colors here. Oh my god. I mean, I love the red touch to it. I'll leave the red this way. Now, I mean, everything looks good. I just want to saturate the blue colors a little bit more. So I'm going to add a little bit of saturation, or I mean, I mean, this looks pretty good. I don't think I need a lot of saturation. Probably just for the sake of doing it, I'll do 10. And luminescence is where it adds color to selective. I mean, where it adds light to selective colors. So you can see blue here. So I'm going to push the blue and see the entire blue things in the frame are slightly getting more exposure or light. I like it this way. But it's again overexposing the shirts. I have to again counterbalance it. I mean, I'm happy with this. Probably I'll just add 10. And one more thing is, I feel you can't really see the color of his skin. So I'm just going to add a little bit of saturation in terms of orange. Now you're getting back his skin tones from orange. I mean, this looks like a final image. Everything looks good. One more thing that I would always do to my images is that add a little bit of sharpening. So there is a tip for people to add selective sharpening. So the problem is, whenever you add sharpening, it sharpens your whole image, and you don't want sharpening to be added to all of the parts because it will create a lot of noise. So what you can do is, you can always the primary thing that I do is I push the sharpening to 150, and then you can press option or whatever counterpart in your device, and then if you do this, you can see you're refining the edges, and whatever that's white in color, I'll show you this way. So whatever that's white in color is what that's selected, and whatever that's black is not affected by the sharpening. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to refine the edges and not the whole image. So in this way I'm controlling the sharpness of the whole image, as well as I'm creating or adding sharpness to the edges. And now you can see a before and after, because this is a before and this is the after. It's a very mild change, I would say. You can't really note it, but whenever you post it or whenever you see it, once you've exported it, you would probably find it. And then I always add chromatic aberration. Chromatic aberration is a lens term where in some scenes you see when light leaks, there is a slight discoloration on the edges of where the light comes from. So you have to remove chromatic aberration. It's good. It does. I mean, Lightroom does it default if you just click this. And profile correction is where you can choose the lens that you used it on the scene, and it will add, I mean, remove the distortion from it. So you can see there's a little bit of distortion on either sides, and then this removes the distortion. And then I don't think I have to do anything more. I mean, this looks pretty good. If you guys can see, this looks very good. Final image, and that's it. And the final thing is the setting. What setting that I used to shoot it with? I shot it at f2 because that's the lowest aperture. I mean, my lens can go as low as f1.8, but I like to stay at 2 so that I'm not using it at wide. I mean, I'm not opening it entirely. So I prefer to shoot at f2, and 35mm is a very good focal length for me. I personally love it. It's a favorite thing for me. And the shutter speed, I could have gone higher than 1 by 200 that you see here. Probably somewhere closer to 1 by 400 or 1 by 500. Probably something closer to 1 by 400 or 1 by 500 would be the perfect ideal shutter speed for this scenario, so that you are pretty sure that you won't be missing the action. Because the only thing I was concerned is there was not enough light, and I already pushed the ISO to 3200. I could have pushed it even more, but I didn't want it to do it. So I just left it at 3200 and tried to gain back the exposure using shutter speed. So that's why I was shooting at 1 by 200. And if my timing was not good on that particular day, I would have never got the DJ in focus, because he was always moving with the set. So it's always good to shoot at something higher than 1 by 400, 500 whenever you are encountering people who are fast moving. So this is the final image. I hope you guys like it. I'll show you a quick before and after. So this image on the left is the before. You can see the colors. This is after. And some people might complain saying, oh my god, I like the before photo better, the after photo is not good. I mean, it's your call. If you want to edit it, you edit it. If you don't want to edit it, please don't edit it. And one final thing, I feel I think I really like even more blues this way. So I'm just going to push it this way, and everything else looks good to me. So this is the before, this is after, and people. This is for people who complain, oh my god, you change your whole image in editing. We don't. We do pretty much all of the work on the scene, and we just tweak and change things that we couldn't do it in post. So in this image, you can see both are pretty identical. I'm just playing around with the colors because I don't have control over the colors. I can't really control the colors. So one good thing about photography is you take into consideration whatever that you have in control on the scene, and then you come back to the table where you play around with the things that you don't have control over. And that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys really loved it, liked it, and let me know if you want me to do or continue this editing series where I'll be editing a lot of different set of images from DJ sets, from concerts, from portraits, and different projects. And I'll also talk a little bit about my process, and I really hope you guys like this. See you. Take care. Bye bye.